as we mentioned. Joy is an empowerment speaker, founder of Temple Gold Coast, psychic seer and angel channel, and feminine embodiment mentor. With over a decade of experience serving in the personal and spiritual development field, Joy leads others worldwide to live a life of deep joy, embodied love, and true freedom. Joy speaks to audiences from her lived experience of overcoming and healing the impacts of extreme trauma and cult abuse, which included multiple near-death experiences. Joy freed herself from severe PTSD and dissociative identity disorder through specific spiritual embodiment techniques she formulated over her deep awakening journey and 6 years of intensive therapy. Joy now teaches others of this exact path of personal liberation, divine union, alchemy, and life force embodiment so they may know the depth of their true power and innate ability to overcome anything. So let's give Joy a really warm welcome to the stage. Sorry, the song. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Joy. We can do it again. Just pretend.
I'm looking up. Alright. Is this thing on?
Just
help me.
I got you.
Help me. Hello. Oh, okay. There's always different mics at different events, you guys. You learn at speaking events. Okay. Hi, my name is Joy. So nice to connect with you all. So, this thing about your potential, your edge, I feel that these are very abstract words and that they can mean different things to different people. For me, I actually interpret that as the edge of my fullness, right? And also to understand that that edge never fully goes away. And I'm going to share this expression with you by firstly sharing a few things about me. So, as you know, I have a magical name, Joy Sahasrara. I love an espresso martini. You might not have guessed that I really like glitter. Yes, I did grow up in a satanic ritual abusive cult, which meant that I was tortured every day of my life until I was 18, until I managed to escape. I am a psychic and a seer since I was born. I've always heard and felt angels, spirit guides around me, and they are a huge part of why I survived. I recently bought a child's scooter, the really tiny Razor scooters, and it's got rainbow light up on it, and like on a button. And I was like, I'm just gonna scoot around town on this, and it's really cool. It's in my car right now. And then I peer pressured my best friend to get one as well. And her daughter has one, so now we have like a little girl gang. And when we go around Gold Coast Boardwalk on it, we get one of two looks, which is like, you're amazing, look at your fullness, or like, what are these people doing, I forgot to mention that we play like that song that's like, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, while we're doing that as well. So it's quite the vibe. Who here can guess what kind of car I drive? Okay. So I drive a Holden Colorado Ute. It is a massive four-wheel drive, awesome thing. And one time I was on a first date with this guy, and he's walking me back to my car. And he hadn't seen me pull up, and he's like, we start walking up towards my car, and he's like, oh, how funny would it be if that was your car? Like, ha, 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 ha. And then I had my car keys, right? So I was like, boop. And he was like, what? It kind of hurt his head a little bit. Because people don't really expect me to get out of that car. Last year I had to put down my cat of 18 years, my best friend. I had to do a death ritual with her, and that was one of the most difficult things in my life. I like poetry and slam poetry competitions, which I've won a couple of those. I have a horse. Her name is Venus. She is the reason for the ute. Also, I love a country road and the dust behind me and country music. And I know what it's like to be severely tortured and to sit with feelings of electricity running through your body and being drugged and hypnotized to completely forget yourself. And my psyche shattered, and I survived that experience by developing what's called dissociative identity disorder, which is too long to explain here, but it's where your psyche fragments in order to survive something extreme. My point here, if you can't already tell, is that we are a compilation of many, many, many things. And one of the things for me and my edge of my fullness was, as a speaker, you are to have a message and a story that you should tell. And I started my speaker's journey with a story of I had all this trauma and I survived, and it was very magical. It was very magical. I did really hard work in therapy to become a whole, complete person again. It is a magical story. I started to get irritated though, actually, when people would come up to me after and they were honestly bringing their projections to me and not looking at me through a lens of strength. And they were looking at me through a lens of victim. And in that mixture would be something about their own inner child who's been triggered through my share. And I've started to feel real friction with my story and not wanting to express it. And I also wanted to know, how am I to be a speaker what's my story then, And then I actually had to follow that thread of, why does that even bother me? Why does that even make me uncomfortable, right? If somebody's pissing you off in any shape or form, unless they're being abusive, they are a mirror of you. Look at it, right? I looked at it. Long story short, I found an aspect of me that was hiding through identifying or sharing only my pain story, or sharing the story in a way, in an energy that wasn't empowered. And I followed that, and there was this part of me that was afraid of shining my light. And I had to recognize how much I had suppressed my light, meaning me being happy and joyful. When I was growing up, that would be a reason that I was punished. When I was in my psychic powers, I would be punished if it was outside of cult abusive situations. And I learned that that was dangerous. I learned it was dangerous to be what I perceived or learned at that time to be attractive or sexual, because I would be raped and things like that, right? I had to be beautiful for certain situations, and it's too long to put into this, but that was all these things that I learned, and I was like, oh, I'm actually hiding this whole light side of me. And so my edge was actually to shine this through, and that's what I embody now. And then I started to get different reflections from different people, right? And to be in that light, because it does attract more attention. It does attract more attention from men. And honestly, if you are in your feminine power or you're wearing glitter, And it's actually the expression of my holiest expression of my inner child. And so my point here today is you are here to be the fullest expression of you. Do not hide one aspect of yourself. Do not worry about what others are thinking of you, perceiving of you. Easier said than done, I know. Cliche words coming out of my mouth a little bit, I'm hearing. But it's true, okay? You are limiting your power when you are not willing to be the full expression. And if you're in this sort of position, it's oh, you've got to be a niche, or you've got to be this. Don't, because you are here to be a fucking transmission. You are a transmission of experience. And I know that my life song and the way that sometimes people can't compute how did you go from here to here and who the fuck are you? That makes no sense. I know, I'm aware I make no sense to people sometimes. But it is a fucking transmission. And my life is a living prayer, and that was the fucking point, and that's why I made a temple, right? Because the temple is a space to be exactly who and what you are, to commune with the essence of who you are, and to get rid of everything else that is just purely conditioning. All of us are hiding aspects of ourselves, and you're withholding some expression in your relationships, in your service, in your leadership, in your job, in anything that you're doing. But you're a beautiful miracle. You're a beautiful miracle that was created uniquely. There will never, ever, ever, ever be a atom and particles perfectly arranged as you, the vibrations and frequencies perfectly arranged as you, with your name, your personality, your story. You were created once. You're a once in a lifetime experience in this universe. You're a comet. So what are you doing, and who are you to hide any aspect of that God or life or whatever you talk about created? And I need you to be in that, because we are all in this together. I need you to be in your fullness, to offer me the fullness of who you are, to transmit that into the earth, and to create the earth and the world that we want to see. What's the fucking point otherwise? What's the point? So, when you are coming into an expression of who you are, you must remember, don't be afraid of your pain, don't be afraid of your shadow, and shine your light. Be everything that you are, be the all, because you are. And on that note, we are gonna do that now. And you're gonna join me.
Bringing the fire tonight, I love it. Good. Now, anyone have any questions or shares or any reflections for Joy? You love you. Zoe, did I love you? Did you have your hand up? No. You did?
I took from that I'm a fucking comet.
I'm a fucking comet.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I
just want to say you're absolutely awesome and magical. I loved your glitter as soon as I saw you, and I was like, yeah, you're speaking my language, and thank you for shining a light so that I can shine mine. Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Joy. Over here.
I want to say thank you for sharing the dance, because that's my language as well.
Yay! It is a language, isn't it? It's like so much you can say without saying anything.
Absolutely.
And everybody says it together. Yeah.
We've got Matt here first.
Well, I just want to say, thanks for your journey and getting to the point where you are now, to be able to share so freely to a lot of the aspects that I would definitely relate to very closely, but I feel like I'm trying to connect with people in just the general universe or general public, that I kind of keep a lot of the things that really resonate with me closed off. And I think that was a great reminder to come back to the point that we're all just vibrating beings of love, and we all just want to connect with that, and that is what life is truly about. So I appreciate you shining light on that part and not sort of going into the other part of where what triggered you and shaped you into that journey. So thanks for that.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad. That's the point. It's for you to receive that transmission. Really grateful.
Right into it. So I'd love to hear your biggest 3 points or lessons around the process of alchemy?
Oh my God, we could be here for a while.
Hold that if you want.
Thank you. I think that, there is no alchemy without presence, and presence is the point. Presence is what is love or God or spirit or whatever. There's all sorts of ways to do alchemy, but all healing techniques come back to using a force of presence in some containment. I think, obviously, the word alchemy can mean slightly different things to people. For me, it is I'm literally weaving my soul substance, that life force energy, back into the body in the places where it has not been able to be fully expressed. And within that, there's an element of spirit or God force, and that's what we lean into when we are suffering. That's what we have to lean into. Something larger than ourselves is a key. Like, it's one thing to do alchemical processes or healing processes and utilize presence and stuff and everything, and that's great. But real miracles can happen when you can lean into something larger than yourself. And we often need that when it's really hard or really deep. Number 3 is that there is just as much alchemy in light and love in an embodied, not 5D cacao drinking dissociated way. And sometimes we can forget that, especially if we are in some kind of deep suffering, that we also need the medicine of light to become the fullness of who we are. Also, that it never ends is what I would say.
Awesome. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. I also loved that there was a potential edge there for everyone even getting up and dancing, right? And some people are like, I don't know. So well done. So good. All right, are we ready for our next speaker? Yeah, amazing. Only met Andrew tonight for the first time. I really think it was great to mix the speakers up and get somebody in that none of us probably know here, someone outside of the initial little bubble. And Andrew randomly followed me on Facebook, and then he applied for Mic Drop, and then next minute he's here, so it can be that easy. But I really loved his application, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say tonight. So Andrew's mission has been to redefine what world-class presenting looks like. A purist, he focuses on real moments instead of polished performance, because that's where connection lives.